Have you ever wondered where our laws really come from? Not just school rules, but the ones that shape entire countries. What if I told you that signing a contract or knowing your rights today connects you to an ancient Roman emperor from over 1500 years ago? In the 6th century, a single effort to organize laws sent shockwaves through history, shaping justice systems worldwide. This story begins with an emperor in Constantinople, Justinian I. He saw chaos, not of galaxies but of human rules. Roman laws were scattered, contradictory, and confusing. Justinian knew that for an empire to be strong, its laws had to be clear and fair for everyone. He dreamed of restoring Roman glory not just with armies, but with a unified code of law, a force to hold his diverse empire together. This quest for order is a fundamental human desire, mirrored in our attempts to understand the universe. The Justinian Code introduced ideas we now take for granted: innocent until proven guilty, written and accessible laws, and equal application for all. These concepts began a journey through history, shaping the world we live in. Let's explore how a legal document from so long ago still echoes in our lives today. Let's travel back to 527, to the dazzling city of Constantinople. A new emperor, Justinian I, rises, not from royalty, but from humble beginnings, driven by ambition and vision. Justinian wanted more than power. He wanted to transform the empire, reclaim lost lands, and build wonders like the Hagia Sophia. But he knew that true greatness required more than conquests and monuments. The empire's legal system was a mess, contradictory, disorganized, and unfair. Imagine a library with 1,000 years of books, all jumbled and conflicting. A person's fate could depend on which ancient law a judge happened to use. For Justinian, this chaos was intolerable. He needed a clear, unified legal system to govern a vast, diverse population. A single code would make the government run smoothly and create a lasting legacy. Justinian's goal was to distill a millennium of Roman legal wisdom into one enduring creation. He wanted to build something that would outlast his reign, a testament to Roman genius. This vision would change the course of legal history, and it all started with a bold plan to bring order to chaos. How do you turn 1,000 years of messy laws into a single code? You build a team. In 528, Justinian appointed 10 top legal scholars, led by Tribonian, to tackle this monumental task. Their mission: read, analyze, and organize the entire history of Roman law. They sifted through thousands of books and millions of lines, deciding what stayed and what was obsolete. The first result, the Codex Constitutionum, was finished in just over a year, gathering and updating all imperial laws. Next came the Digest, the intellectual heart of the project. Tribonian's team condensed the wisdom of Rome's greatest legal minds into 50 organized books. This wasn't just a list of rules. It was a library of legal reasoning, arranged for easy use. Their work was a monumental achievement, creating a clear legal map for future generations. Justinian's impatience drove them to work at lightning speed. The result, a unified legal code that would shape the world. The final product, the Corpus Juris Civilis, was more than a book. It was a complete legal toolkit. First, the Codex, a streamlined collection of all imperial laws, the what of the law. Second, the Digest, a library of expert commentary explaining the why and providing the intellectual foundation. Third, the Institutes, a textbook for law students, laying out the basics in clear language. It ensured the next generation would understand and carry on Roman legal knowledge. Finally, the Novelli new laws issued by Justinian, showing that law must evolve with society. These 4 pillars, Codex, Digest, Institutes, Novellae, form the most comprehensive legal system the world had seen. They created a living, adaptable framework for justice. The Corpus Juris Civilis became the backbone of Byzantine society. It governed daily life, from contracts to crime, and defined the rights and duties of citizens. It was a symbol of the empire's prestige and its Roman heritage. Justinian's Code was a monument of ideas, as enduring as any cathedral. It set a new standard for what law could be. Justinian's Code was a revolution in the Byzantine Empire. Suddenly, centuries of legal chaos were replaced by a single, clear source of truth. Judges and officials now had a unified system, making justice faster, more efficient, and consistent. The same law applied from Constantinople to distant provinces, binding the empire together. The code reinforced the emperor's authority, but also established the supremacy of law. It provided a common framework for the empire's diverse peoples, creating a shared legal identity. The code governed marriage, property, contracts, and crime, bringing stability to daily life. It helped the empire endure for centuries, offering predictability and security. More than a tool, it was a symbol of Roman legacy and intellectual achievement. The Corpus Juris Civilis was a beacon of order in a turbulent world. It showed that civilization is built not just with stone, but with ideas and justice. Justinian's legal monument would shine far beyond his own empire. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Justinian's Code faded from Western Europe, replaced by local customs. For centuries, its wisdom was preserved only in scattered monasteries. Then, around 1070, a complete copy of the digest was rediscovered in Pisa, Italy. This sparked an intellectual explosion. Scholars at the University of Bologna began to study it intensely. The rediscovery ignited a legal renaissance across Europe. Students learned Roman law and spread its principles to France, Spain, Germany, and beyond. Civil law, based on Justinian's Code, began to influence and compete with local laws. The code provided a sophisticated legal framework for growing, complex societies. It became the foundation for most of continental Europe's legal systems. The lost star of Roman law was shining again, lighting the path to the modern world. Revived Roman law, rooted in Justinian's Code, swept across Europe and became the civil law tradition. Countries like France, Germany, and Italy built their legal systems on its principles. The idea of a single written code for all private law comes straight from Justinian. The Napoleonic Code is a prime example. Napoleon wanted a unified set of laws, inspired by Justinian's structure. As Napoleon's armies spread, so did the code, influencing legal systems across Europe and Latin America. Even in common law countries like the US and UK, Roman law left its mark, especially in areas like maritime law and wills. Early American thinkers, inspired by Roman ideas of written law and citizen rights, wove these concepts into the nation's foundation. The echo of Justinian's work can be heard even in the halls of the US Supreme Court. His legal vision rippled through time, shaping societies he never knew. It's a stunning example of how ideas travel and transform the world. Justinian's legacy is everywhere, if you know where to look. It may seem odd, but Justinian's Code still shapes our lives today. The principle, innocent until proven guilty, was enshrined in his digest and is a cornerstone of modern justice. The concept of corporate personhood, treating groups as single legal entities, comes directly from his code. Every time you see a company sign a contract or go to court, you're seeing Justinian's influence. Contract law, too, owes much to his system. Offer, acceptance, and good faith are all ancient principles we still use. These rules make modern business and global commerce possible. Even the tradition of studying law at universities began with Justinian's Institutes, the first law textbook. When the code was rediscovered, it became the foundation of legal education in Europe. Every law student in a civil law country is part of this ancient tradition. Justinian's desire to educate shaped the way we learn law today. His legacy is hidden in plain sight, woven into the fabric of modern life. Justinian's Code is a journey across time, a reminder that the past shapes our present. Principles compiled in 6th century Constantinople, traveled through empires, were reborn in Italy, spread with Napoleon, and crossed oceans. These legal ideas are like invisible forces, holding societies together, just as gravity binds the cosmos. We take them for granted, but they're the product of a long, fascinating history. When we look at our legal systems, we see the light of Justinian's Code shining across centuries. It connects us to a continuous story, a quest for justice that links us to our ancestors and future generations. Justinian's Code is a crucial chapter in humanity's ongoing saga to define justice. It shows that vision and order can create legacies that last millennia. The journey to understand our world never ends. Thanks for joining us on this voyage through legal space-time. There's a whole cosmos of knowledge out there waiting to be discovered.